Hello everyone. So today we'll be solving this LeetCode medium problem, wiggle sort 2. So the wiggle sort one part is marked as a premium problem. So we'll not be able to see that, but we'll be solving this wiggle sort 2. So let's see the problem statement. So we are given an integer array nums. Now we need to reorder in this manner. So what is this manner? So this denotes we'll have nums of 1 will be greater than nums of 0 and nums of 2. Then this nums of 2 will be smaller than nums of 1 as well as nums of 3. Then nums of 3 will be greater than nums of 2 as well as nums of 4, and so on. So this pattern will be following. So we need to modify the given nums in such a manner that it now follows this pattern, and the input is given in such a manner that there always exists a valid answer. Okay, and we can see the length is given till 5e4. So we cannot account through all the permutations of nums and then see which one satisfies the condition. Okay, because then that will be n factorial, which will not be feasible. So let's see for this given input. So what do we need to make? We need to make it as a part of peaks plus dips, right? We need to transform it in this manner. Suppose we had the input as this. So what we can do is we have how many elements? We have 6 elements, right? 6 elements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we need to make the some elements as peak and make some elements as dips, right? So what we'll do, we'll make means the smaller n by 2 elements as smaller n by 2 elements as part of peak, right? So if we simply sort it, we'll get 1 1 1 4 5 6, right? So the smaller of the elements can go at this dips, right? And the larger remaining elements will be part of peak. So what will be 4 5 and 6? It will be 4 5 and 6. As you can see, this is a valid ordering. We can also put it 6 5 4 or 6 4 5. So any of these means will be possible here. Now let's see another input. So we are given the array as 1 3 2 2. So let's try to sort it first. So we get 1 2 1 1 2 2, then 3 3. Okay, and again we have 6 elements, right? 4 5 and 6. So again let's try to put these 3 elements as the part of dips. Okay, so 1, then we have again 1, and then we have 2. Now let's put these as a part of what? As a part of the peaks. So it will be 2 3 3, and we see that this simply satisfies the condition that is required. So this is also a valid ordering here. Okay, so now how will be creating this valid ordering? It is clear. If we have similarly pick the smaller n elements, n by 2 elements, and make them as part of the dips, and the larger n by 2 elements will be part of the peak. Now if we try to assign it just the way we did here, so then if we consider this test case 4 5 5 6, so it has 4 elements, right? It has 4 elements. Now the bottom will be 4 5 and the higher will be 5 6. As you can see, this means this condition is not satisfied, means 5 is greater than 5. This is not true, right? So hence in this case, when we try to allocate the smaller n by 2 elements at the dips and the larger n by 2 elements at the peaks, then it simply was not possible. So what can we do? Let's try to maybe put it in a reverse fashion. Okay, so put the larger n by 2 elements in reverse fashion. In that case, what we'll see, we'll have 6 5 and then 4 5. So again we see this condition is still valid, means 5 is less than 5. It is not true simply. So let's try to put it in another manner. We reversed the first one. Let's try to reverse this one. So we get 5 4 5 6. Again we can see 5 less than 5 is not satisfied here, right? So this is also not true. So let's try to reverse both of them It means put both of these values in a reverse fashion. So what we'll get in that case? We'll have 6, then 5, and we'll have 5 and 4. As you can see, like in this case, all the conditions are satisfied. Hence, how will we like needing to put the values for to avoid like duplicates arriving together? Means we want to make sure that if there are duplicates in the middle, they should lie as far as possible. They should lie as far as possible in the array, so that this condition does not arise. This condition does not arise that they are adjacent to each other and simply violates the greater than or less than condition. Okay, so we need to put them as far as possible. So what we can do is we can simply reverse this part, so it will become 5 4. Okay, and we can also means since we want to put them as far as possible, so we will also reverse this part, so this will become 6 5. Now we see like these 5s are as far as possible, right? And now we'll be simply putting the values in this fashion. So we'll be putting these values at the peak and we'll be putting these values at the tips. Okay, and hence we'll be getting the required order. So if there were like no duplicates present, then these approaches would have worked, means putting them in any form would have worked. We just pick the smaller n by 2 elements and the larger n by 2 elements and put them as part of peak or dips. But here duplicates are possible. So hence to handle the duplicates, we saw like we need to separate the elements which are duplicate to be as far from each other as possible. And how we got to achieve that? We achieved that by reversing the larger elements as well as reversing the smaller elements, so that they are lying at the farther ends. Okay, and if we try to follow this approach, then simply we'll be able to satisfy the condition. So this is the approach for this problem. So first step would be to sort the given array. Okay, so we sorted the given array, and we also like the function that we have is given in a form like we just need to modify the given input. Okay, so we will create a temp vector in temp which is same as the nums. Now we need to modify this nums array with the updated values. Okay, so we are creating this temp array so that we can sort it, and using these values we'll be updating the values of nums. Now what do we want? Suppose n is the size of array, error size. So what do we want? We want the first n by 2 elements to point to what? To point to dips. Okay, so we want to if we have this sorted array, we want the larger pointer, means large pointer will start from the n minus 1 only, right? Now how will the small pointer start? Okay, so if we have like n as even, suppose we have 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so large will be starting from here and we will have 1 2 3 4 5 6. We will have 3 dips, right? Since we have 3 dips, so this will small will point from here, which is what? Which is n by 2 minus 1, right? Or n minus 1 by 2. Both are same, right? Because n here was 6. Now let's try to see for odd. So if we are odd, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So suppose n was 7 here, so then the dips would look like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we have 4 dips here. So hence the small pointer will start from here. So for 7, let's see which of the formulas will work here. So if we do 7 by 2 minus 1, then it will mean 7 by 2 minus 1, sorry, it was 6 by 2 minus 1. So 7 by 2 minus 1 will give 3 minus 1 2. So this is not good. If we do 7 minus 1 by 2, so 7 minus 1 by 2, so it will give 3 here. So as you can see, like this 3 is good. So in the both the cases, this n minus 1 by 2 will satisfy the condition, whether it is even or odd. We'll get the smaller pointer by n minus 1 by 2. Okay, and the larger pointer will be residing at n minus 1. And now what we'll do, we'll simply iterate through the array. We'll iterate like while or like we'll be iterating in the sorted array, and now we'll be updating the nums array with these values. Okay, so I'll be updating it. We'll be updating in the form of like these values will be going at what indices? It will be going at the dips. Dips means these zeros, twos, fours, six, and so on, right? So these smaller values will be going at even indices, right? And these peaks values are residing at odd indices, right? So what we'll do, we'll start the loop. Now we'll, while this like small, or we can simply like iterate through this given array. Okay, so we can iterate through the given array and keep these two pointers as here. Okay, now what we do, we'll simply allocate what nums of, means if I is odd, then what we'll do, we'll update nums of large, means nums of large. Okay, and if like nums of I, means nums of I will be air of large, and if like I is even, I else, means if I is even, that means if I is even, we'll be updating them with this air of small. So nums of I will be updated with what, air of small, and in this case we'll be decreasing this pointer, in this case we will be decreasing this pointer. So we can simply iterate through the array once and keep updating the values of nums through these values. For the odd indices, what do we need? We need the values present at the large index. So we'll simply update it to the air of large and decrease the large pointer to point this. Okay, and for means even indices, we will be using the small pointer and decreasing it at each step. Okay, so hence we'll simply iterate through the nums, and now nums will be modified. So since it is a void function, so we do not need to return nums, we have already modified this nums. So I hope like you were able to follow, and as you can see, like the sorting took us like n log n, and this loop is taking us n. So the overall complexity of this approach will be n log n. So let's see the code for this approach. So we will simply like create a temp array and sort it. Then the small pointer will be pointing to n minus 1 by 2, large will be at n minus 1. Now we'll iterate through the nums array. If I is even, that means we'll picking from the small half. So if we pick from the small half, we'll update nums of I with air of a small and decrease this small pointer. Else, if it is odd index, then we'll pick from the larger half and we'll be updating nums of I with air of large and decreasing this large pointer. And then in the end, this nums array will be modified and this will like be sorted in the wiggle sort fashion. So let's try to submit this approach as well and see how well it does. As you can see, like it is n log n only, and n can go up to 5e4. So it runs in 7ms, which is fair enough. Now one means follow up is written in this problem, that can you do it in big of n time and or in place with big of 1 extra space. That means what you are doing, follow up is we need to do it in big of n time and big of 1 extra space, means no extra space required. So for this some advanced like concepts will be using. So we need to be aware of like how to find median in big of n. Okay, so how to find median of an array without sorting the array. If you simply sort it, then the index median is simply n by 2 or n by 2 plus 1 based on like even or odd. But without sorting it, if we need to be able to find the median of an array in like linear complexity. Okay, so of an array. So this is what we should be aware of, and if we are aware of this, then means this follow up can be solved. Only if we are aware of this, how to solve this, then only we can like think about solving it in big of n time and big of 1 extra space. Now this requires us to use quick sort, means be aware of quick sort, which has a worst case complexity of n square. So maybe like finding median using this quick sort will be, means there exists approach of finding median using quick sort in linear complexity, as well as like there exists an inbuilt function in C++, the nth element iterator. So both of these approaches exist to find the median of an array in linear complexity. So since we have not discussed this algorithm, this problem, and like if we try to follow means solve this follow up, it will simply become a hard problem. So I have thought like once we are able to find this, means we'll create a separate video to find the median in big of n of an array. And once we have studied that, then this follow will become very simple. So this we means this video will be coming in a separate form, and after we have done it, then you will simply be able to solve this follow. Means we will simply need to, like, once we have find out the median, once we have find out the median, so what we'll do, we'll simply do like the values which are lying on the left side of the median and values which are lying on the right side of the median. So values which lie on the left side of the median will be the part of the dips. Okay, and values which lie on the right side of the median will be the part of the like the peaks, and we'll have some values remaining which are equal, right? So we'll need to assign them means in an optimal fashion. So this is like the overall idea of the follow-up, but we need to be able to calculate median in big of n. So that's why we'll be discussing this in a separate video. But the n log n approach is still works fine, and it is like gives us the valid answer. And for these constraints, this n log n approach is also good. This follow-up like it's pretty hard. So we'll be discussing it in a separate video once we have discussed the concepts related to it. So I hope like you were able to understand this sorting approach, and how we means allocated the elements to the dips and the peaks after means reversing them, so that these duplicates are as far as possible from each other, so that we can assign them, and this means scenarios does not exist where they are lying adjacent to each other, and means hindering the condition of less than or greater than. So yes, if you have yet any doubts remaining, feel free to comment down and I will be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching.